So hello everyone, my name is Irfan and today I will be self-evaluating my critical review paper titled The Role of Engineering in Human Social Connections, a Historical Perspective for the course APS 1018. I will be going through the provided rubric and grading myself. And so without further ado, let us get started. Starting off with the identification category, I would give myself a level 3.5 in this. I believe I stated the issue well, defining social connection from a prominent expert, Abraham Maslow, and his book Hierarchy of Needs. I then described the importance of human social connections with evidence from academic journals and other reputable sources, which gave readers a good background to understand my paper. For assumptions, I gave myself a level 2.5. I believe I did a good job explaining various points and contexts, giving them multiple examples and citations to back them up. However, I did not move the score to a level 3 as I did not explicitly mention my personal experiences. I wrote the paper more like a typical scientific literature review, and whatever claims I made were written in a more neutral tone and with citations to back them up. Moving on to the methods, I would give myself a level 4 for this category. I thought I provided a good historical/literature review, including an introduction, including facts, and a discussion, and a conclusion, which was all pretty straightforward. For alternative points of views, I gave myself a level 3. I mentioned both the good and the bad aspects that certain technologies have brought to humanity in terms of social connection and interactions. I may have touched upon briefly upon certain limitations, but did not really go into depth explaining them, and as such could not give myself a level 4. For references, I would give myself a level 3. This part of the paper I had a lot of fun doing the research on. My references were taken from a variety of reputable sources and were added in such a way to strengthen and further explain my points. I had an explanation for certain expert opinions, but did not really go into depth exploring them. For limitations, I would give myself a level 2 in this category. They were mentioned briefly in certain parts of my paper. However, I did not give any additional details or give new suggestions. This is definitely a part that I could greatly improve upon in my second critical review. For integration, I gave myself a level 3. I thought my paper cohesively tied together different parts of information from the modules and my research into a coherent review. I do not think I provide completely novel ways of thinking or philosophies, and as such, I could not give myself a level 4. For the conclusion, I gave myself a level 3.5. I was really happy with the conclusion as I felt it tied up my paper really well and in a logical manner. I went over some of the major points of the issue and also included solutions that are being implemented or being suggested. Finally, moving on to the final two categories. For creativity, I gave myself a level 3. I think the topic of social connection and engineering has not had too much research upon it, so it is unique in that perspective. There was good content and reflections in the topic of the paper, so I can confidently believe that I achieved at least a level 3. As for communication and adaptation, I gave myself a level 2. I think the topic is important and underlooked, but I do not feel that it is sensitive or speculative. Furthermore, I feel like I could have mentioned more information from the modules and in greater detail, considering that this is where most of the common information from the reader comes from. I intend to do this in my next critical review. Overall, I am happy with my work that I put out, and I hope I can incorporate this reflection and further feedback to improve my second critical review. Thank you very much for listening and have a good day.